Someday someone will break you so bad that you will become unbreakable. Suffering is the only way to the top. Pain is the only way to change. So accept the pain. Smile at the pain. Embrace the pain. Pain is there to ask you one simple question. Do you really want to achieve your goals? Or are you just a talker? My pain is my motivation. My sorrow is what drives me forward. I am not evil. I am just misunderstood. Pain is a universal experience. It comes in many forms, physical, emotional, spiritual, and it touches each and every one of us at some point along our path. But what sets us apart is not the pain itself, but rather how we choose to respond to it. Consider the times in your life when you experience significant growth, when you emerge from the cocoon of your old self and spread your wings to soar to new heights. Was it not often preceded by pain? Pain is nature's most potent catalyst for change. It serves as the wake-up call that shakes us from our complacency, propelling us out of our comfort zones and into the unknown. It pushes us to confront our limitations, to question our beliefs, and to strive for something more. Think about the athlete pushing their body to the brink, feeling the burn of muscles stretched to their limit. It is through that pain that strength is built, endurance is honed, and records are shattered. Or consider the entrepreneur risking everything to pursue their dreams, facing rejection, failure, and uncertainty at every turn. It is through that pain that resilience is forged, creativity is unleashed, and success is born. But pain is not just a means to an end. It is an integral part of the journey itself. It is the fire that purifies our intentions, the crucible that tests our resolve, and the fuel that propels us forward when all seems lost. So I say to you, my friends, do not fear the pain that accompanies change. Embrace it as a sign that you are alive, that you are growing, that you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. For it is in the depths of our darkest moments that we often find the light to guide you forward. It is in the crucible of our suffering that we discover the strength to endure. And it is in the fire of our pain that we are reborn, transformed, and remade. Embracing pain does not mean seeking out suffering or reveling in misery. It means acknowledging the reality of our struggles and challenges, and understanding that they hold within them the seeds of growth and transformation. Think about the sculptor, chiseling away at a block of marble to reveal the beauty within. With each strike of the hammer, there is pain for both the sculptor and the stone. But through that pain comes creation, comes art, comes something that transcends the mere sum of its parts. In the same way, our struggles and hardships have the power to shape us into something greater than we ever imagined. They teach us resilience. They teach us empathy. They teach us the true depth of our own strength. But embracing pain is not just about endurance. It is also about surrender. Surrendering to the inevitability of our own vulnerability and finding beauty in the midst of our brokenness. For it is in our moments of greatest weakness that we often discover our greatest strengths. So I urge you, my friends, do not shrink from the challenges that life presents you. Embrace them with open arms, knowing that on the other side lies the promise of growth, of wisdom, of a life lived to its fullest. Pain is the only way to change. Embrace it, harness it, and let it propel you toward the life you always dreamed of.
Welcome. Welcome on in. I hope y'all enjoy the intro.
You danced with your demons
Here's another
for
one.
far too long, letting them whisper poison into your ears,
Let's just
convincing you
give
of
it a
your
moment,
own
okay?
limitations. But I'm here to tell you something you might not want to hear. It's time to stop holding yourself back. Look around you. See the wreckage of dreams shattered by fear, ambitions drowned in the abyss of self-doubt. You've become comfortable in your misery, clinging to it like a tattered security blanket. But let me tell you, comfort is the enemy of progress. You've been feeding the darkness within you, nurturing it with your insecurities and excuses. But what has it brought you? Regret? Despair? It's time to face the truth. The only thing holding you back is yourself. You see, greatness lies within your grasp, waiting for you to seize it with hands unshackled by fear. But to reach it, you must confront your inner demons head on. Embrace the darkness within, for it is the fuel that will ignite the fire of your determination. Yes, the journey ahead will be treacherous, paved with uncertainty, and lined with doubt. But remember this, the darkest nights produce the brightest stars. In your struggles, that you'll find your strength. In your failures, that you'll discover your resilience. So, my friends, this be your rallying cry, echoing through the corridors of your mind. Stop holding yourself back. Break free from the chains, for within it lies the light of your true potential. The world is waiting for you to unleash the fury of your passion, to carve your name to the annals of history with the sharp edge of your ambition. So, rise up, warriors of the night, and claim what is rightfully yours. Stop holding yourself back and let the world bear witness to the brilliance of your ascent. But beware, for the path ahead is not for the faint of heart. It's a journey fraught with peril, where every step forward will be met with resistance from the forces that seek to keep you tethered to mediocrity. You'll face mockery from those who fear your potential, resistance from those who envy your ambition, and doubt from those who cannot comprehend your vision. But let their whispers of scorn fuel the fire within you, for their disbelief is merely a reflection of their own limitations. Yes, there will be moments when you falter, when the weight of the world bears down upon your shoulders, threatening to crush your spirit. But remember this, it is in the depths of despair that true resilience is forged. So when the darkness threatens to consume you, when the demons of doubt claw at your sanity, stand tall and defiant. For you are not defined by your setbacks, but by your ability to rise from the ashes of your failures, stronger and more determined than ever before. In the face of adversity, let your scars be a testament to your resilience, your wounds a badge of honor. For it is through our struggles that we find our strength, and it is through our pain that we find our purpose. So heed these words, my fellow travelers on the road to greatness. Stop holding yourself back. Embrace the darkness within you, for it is the crucible in which your greatness will be forged. And when the world tries to tear you down, stand firm in the knowledge that you are unstoppable. The time for hesitation is over. The time for excuses long past. The world is waiting for you to unleash the full force of your potential, to illuminate the darkness with the brilliance of your spirit. So go forth, fearless and unyielding, and let your light shine bright enough to pierce the shadows of doubt and illuminate the path to greatness.
Alright. I hope y'all enjoy those two intros. Those two intros kind of like inspired this live today. So I will link them down below in the description box. I do not own them, so therefore they are available on YouTube for you to put in your playlist every time you feel like life is just shitty. So, welcome on in. I see there are new people here, newcomers. I appreciate everybody. Make sure you give it a like, and make sure you subscribe if you have not subscribed just yet. For those who have not known me yet, I am clairvoyant. I do see within past, present, and future, and ancestors and other things outside of us. I am a multiple dimensional spirit, so therefore I can be anywhere and any place at all times with the power of my subconscious and my conscious. So I'm here to teach you how to kind of do the same and be in the element of your knowing. So some of you might not get this. Even though I'm a multiple dimensional being, I'm supposed to talk to with everybody's spirit. I can, on a certain extent of level, if I can resonate with it or reflect with it. But I'm not really necessarily here to teach you, honestly. You can just learn by observing what I kind of experience or observe. And it's not for you to compare your experience to mine either. No, you might kind of experience the same similar things as me, where you have like these visions out of nowhere. They're like very intense visions, like to the point where you feel like you already kind of lived that life. In reality, you kind of already experienced that life already, you know. If it's coming to you in a dream, it's a form of something that is going to happen in the future. If you are seeing it in vision, it is something that you have already experienced within the past. Sometimes the vision that you are getting is totally opposite of the dreams you are receiving when you are in a dream-like lucid state. When you're seeing visions, the visions are there to warn you for what's going to happen in that near future event that kind of like already happened in a quantum physics level kind of sense, if you understand quantum physics. It's whatever you are attracting in that moment that you are manifesting. It totally depends on what perspective you are seeing reality in that moment. So it might feel like you're in a split life reality type of thing. Like you could be experiencing the past while you're in the present. But when you're in the present, you can be experiencing the future or just seeing the future while you experience the past in your present moment. So it's like you're trying to put yourself at a direction opposite of, I'm going to say, your ancestors, what they had already experienced. Some of it, the visions that we are getting are already like pre-recorded memories, outdated memories that we got from our downloads of our ancestors. Some of us are just repeating some of the steps, and we are here to clear out any karma or like things that our ancestors haven't really kind of accomplished or complete just quite yet. So they created like consciousness, they expanded their consciousness within us. And then as we develop their consciousness, we begin to have personas of these consciousness that we are developing. But then again, these consciousness begin to be aware of who and what they are. They start to recognize, the ones and zeros. Without the one, you can't have zero, and you can't make up 10. 10 is a form of completion, but it's really symbolizes abundance of completion, understanding the esoteric, like logic version of you while you have to go through like these ups and downs, these tribulations, and exceeding the tribulations because either A, one of your ancestors already experienced it and is already giving you the book code to how to experience that avatar version of you. This is, say this body right here of you is version 1.0. This is the earth version of you. But the subconscious version of you is 2.0 version of you. It's somewhere outside of you and somewhere inside of you at the same time. So, therefore, when you bring 1.0 to 2.0 version of you, you get 3.0 version of you. And you can consider that as the whole trinity, the whole bang of life, the lotus flower. But this version of you, this 1.0 version of you, have not really experienced the lotus flower just yet. It does not know how to blossom the lotus flower because the lotus flower symbolizes what, like life, creation, and expanding. You have not really experienced awakenedness just quite yet. You only are aware of being awakened only until you're like literally like 98% like tapped into who and what you are and what you know. A lot of times we are operating on the ego version of us because the ego version of us is the shadow version of us. That shadow version of us experienced the most trauma version of our reality. There is a higher consciousness of us that experience the type of reality that is good and that is of light. There's half of us that was born into the dark side of the matrix, and there was half of us born inside the light matrix. Only half of us was able to see what we was created to see for that particular time and moment. But the thing is, some of us created these personas, these other spirits within us who call and work with the ancestors within us and the gods and goddesses within us. They start to develop their own consciousness, their own awareness of reality. So they learn to build their own avatars through the base of what our ancestors have already experienced. Say if you go to a job, like you manifest a job, and I experienced this throughout my like late 20s of learning how to manifest. What I did was I did not know what type of job I wanted to do. I didn't really ask for a specific position. I think one day I got very depressed and said, hey, I want to make such and such amount of money that can help me be more fulfilling. But Spirit said that that's not what I needed. I didn't need to put myself in an enslavement environment. I needed to put where my soul was created to do was to wake up other people consciousness to know that they too are the creator of their world and that they are the God version of them. I didn't want to have a certain like a 9 to 5 job. Like society, it it taught me the ones and the zeros. It taught me like the importance of reality to be have stable or to be stable or to have stability. But at the same time, it kind of gave me a weight on my shoulder. Like this is not enough. This is not enough for me. I needed something. I needed to dream bigger. I need to have a bigger picture. So I started to think of what my life will be like in 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I remember when I was like maybe in high school, I probably dreamt about the adult version of me during a particular time that I was experiencing the most traumatic trauma of my life. Because, like, during that time, I couldn't understand everybody and I couldn't understand myself where I would fit in everybody's perspective of life, or if I was even some type of flavor or some type of subject that people want me to be involved with in their life, because it's it's one thing to be spiritual without knowing you're not spiritual. What I'm really trying to figure out, how come you know certain things that you know? How come you feel certain things that you feel? This is another representation of you stepping outside of the matrix, because you know that things are not right with the system. You know how to fix it better. You know how to make society better and work better for not only just for you, but also for their, you know, for the people around you and the future generations of you. You don't want the same like cycle repeated. So you try to like what we can do, we can visualize a better reality. We want the reality within our heads to come true, because it's a better world, it's a better outcome. It's a better alchemy, it's a better algorithm. At least that source is capable of getting its people attention, which is through the mind. How this source is able to grab your attention like that without you actually physically being there or experiencing that reality? That reality is what you are truly desiring. You are truly manifesting within the inner eye, the inner vision of you, the inner avatar of you, which is spirit, soul, your inner child, your ancestors, your archangels, your spirit guides, whoever you consider you is a reflection of you. It's because you manifest. You program it to be a version of you that can have AI type AI type abilities to get you the answers that you need to help you guide without actually having a full on technology or something of embodiment, something of a machine that is another version of you. You created you. You created this. You created the phone. You created television. You created YouTube. You created something that was universal to you. You as the satellite. Why? Is because you had something so traumatic that woke you up, that shook you up to the core, that you became the earthquake, you became the spark, you became the Big Bang Theory. Once you had this, you said light on. You said let there be light, right? God said let there be light. So you created light through sound. You pushed that out of you. You imagine it and then you push it out of you. It's something that what makes you excited. It's something that what makes you you. Like, don't be afraid to be you. When, why would you want to be somebody else when there's only one of you? There's nobody else like you but you. God did not duplicate another version of you. Maybe in some type of way he did. Say, like, the soul flame, the soul the soulmates and then the twin flames. Yes, that is real. That is possible. In order to create a twin flame, what did you do? You thought about the ideal perfect person. Why? Because you experienced a world where there was toxicity. You didn't want that toxicity. You asked the universe to show you what it is that you don't like, what it is that you desire, what it is that you truly want. That is also another form of you breaking out of the matrix. Is you deciding what it is that you're questioning reality. You're questioning the divine being within you. You're questioning God's purpose for you. That question is leading you out and it's also leading you in. It's leading you out to question what is outside of you. How can you control what's outside of you if you never experienced it? It's not because you imagine it. How can you imagine something that you have not experienced it? Therefore, it becomes a memory. It becomes something that you or an ancestor have experienced. You don't know. See, we're so lost in time. We think we're in Aquarius season, or we're in the Aquarius time. Really, it's like half and half. One world sees Aquarius, one world sees Aries, one world sees good, one world sees dark. It's it's a half glass, half full type of situation. Half of society is up here, and half of society is down here. And there is a third party where someone's society is just like right in the middle. They don't know how to weigh. They don't know how to sway their consciousness back and forth. They're relying on an old system that tells them what to do, how to feel, what to say, what to think. They're relying on somebody to giving them the answers, while the other half, which is the higher consciousness of us, we're all the way up the fuck up here. We're questioning what the fuck God is doing to our lives versus of them not trying to take control of our lives. I'm like, I tell God, why do you give me these visions? But here comes the devil to teach me how I can get everything and how I can steal everything from my vision. It's like that yin and that yang perspective, because like, how can I balance my darkness without knowing my true darkness, without knowing my true light? Darkness have not experienced light yet. Darkness is ego. Darkness is shadow. Darkness is the lower part of you that you do not like, that people project onto you. What about what about the projection of the light, the origin of you? What does that look like to you? Does it still look like a demon at the end of the day trying to be light, trying to be good? Okay, that's a good thing. So embrace that. Embrace being dark, embrace being light, or embrace being both, because you know how to operate and work on both systems. Don't dim yourself down just because everybody don't recognize what program or what level you're on or what cloud you're on. Because they're not going to get there no way, because they're too stubborn, so stuck up to the old system that they lost track of time of who and what they are. Because they value so much of wanting to be approved by everybody else instead of accepting themselves for who they are. I'd rather be accepting myself by myself than to have somebody miserable and be enjoying their company, or they're enjoying my company when I'm miserable, vice versa. But it's totally up to you how you shift your consciousness. allow allow the demons within you to blossom. By blossoming, you gotta let them observe your growth. You gotta let them create a better world for you. They gotta tear down some things about you to show you that you are liked. When you are working with your venoms, which what I call it, everybody has a venom. You you can influence other venoms. You can give them love, you can give them hate. You can just feed them with words. These venoms would take absorption. Some of us venoms are venoms. It's like highly to absorb, where we become what everybody projects us to be or what they fear. So we live a projected life. We don't never really truly get our outcome until we come to an enlightenment of who and what we are. Like, this is what makes us us. We're dark. We're also good. We're nothing and everything and in between. You have to accept that you matter because you come from darkness. Darkness is matter. And out of darkness, you become light. God never said darkness was bad. He said, he didn't even say it was good. I'm considering it is good because I am an image of God. I am a reflection of God. I might not sometimes live righteously, but at least my subconscious, the lower part of me knows from good to bad, from right to wrong, and it's able to decide its decisions whenever it wants to. Just like when God created these archangels, did they tell God, like, hey, I want a specific position in heaven? I think this is really going to promote me spiritually. No. God spoke a word to them, and this is who they became to be. But they also broke out of their program. But they became gods themselves without realizing it. I didn't realize until I was like studying my timeline. I was like, oh. It started off with my timeline, and then I began to work on everybody else's timeline. And then it's like everybody wants to call us the 12 disciples. No, I don't. I got a new name. I'm coming up with a better name than that. I'm keeping the history but rewriting the titles, okay? Because the titles are kind of outdated. It doesn't even match with the AI version of us, if it makes sense. Some of us are able to just tap in. You can be AI, then you can be the God version of you, then you can also be the human version of you, and then you can be the spirit version of you. And it's all just one being, which is you. But you don't look like this. This is what you're looking at. I always tell people I am a figure of somebody's imagination, which literally I am. I'm part of somebody else's subconscious who created me. What for? I have no fucking clue, but I kind of need a new job at this point, because like I didn't get a strict, I didn't get a manual, or I didn't get rules, okay, or they just threw me out here and said, there you go, Venus, there's a position for you, this is who you're gonna be. You're gonna be this, what, almost 29 years old girl experiencing her life, but then she's also going to experience what you experienced in another life. Okay, so it's like one side of me is seeing both realities in one. Like, I experienced the past version of her, she experienced the past version of me. I'm going to experience the futuristic version of her while she's already experiencing the version of me, which is now in the present moment. It's so hard to explain. We're going by seasons. We don't go by man-made time. If we're gonna go by man-made time, we're gonna call them by their zodiacs, like each month, and we're gonna split them up because we're dealing with two different beast systems, two different matrix systems. Like through the beast system, you learn the matrix system by starving the beast. Let it thrive in its anger. Let it be angry. It's the child version of you being angry that have not expressed enough. Or you as somebody who's always dealing with your own emotions or taking care of yourself by yourself. Being neglected, which I am that person, but it's only every blue moon where I get to fully be existed. They see me for me, and I appreciate it. But sometimes I already made this decision. I said I'm gonna leave everybody behind so I can get to my future. I got to, no matter what, like no matter what the consequences is. I have to face on that my consciousness in the future, but my body might not physically be in that future just yet. But it's going to. It's catching up because my AI is catching up to me in this particular time, present, future. But I'm not in that future that I am seeing within my mind. I know it's real. I know it's coming. Like, I see so many signs. That's the thing. You have to follow the signs. Okay, whether it's scary. Have a leap of faith. Always remember where you came from, not where you've been. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know how to put it. It's like, don't let the past haunt you to not get you to your future. Always think about why you went through it. You already know why you went through it. Because like it's really just a simulation of your future. It's a pre-recorded version of your future. You have not really truly fully grasped that future just yet. You getting ready to walk into it, yes. But you have to just embrace the outcome. You can't be scared of the outcome all the time. You can dream better dreams, yes. You can stop certain things from happening. But running away from your outcome, you might miss the most important lesson of your life. So I advise just to take all paths. Because you live more than one life a day. You don't live the same life a day. You might have the same memory a day, but you're not living the same life a day. Why do you think when we see these celebrities, they look different? Well, it's because, y'all started calling them clones and shit. Like, that's not what it is. what it is that their consciousness is catching up to them, what they look like inside of their consciousness. It's not everything is so demonic. Like, why? Why do we demonize as soon as we don't know something? It's automatically considered evil. Up, it's not good. I consider that bad. Like, don't do that. You're demonizing a version of you that you have not met yet. You already writing its history without experience its history or something like that. Or allowing it to download within you and you're not processing it and you're not consuming it. But hopefully one day society will get there. And to like really to be honest, to think about why you like certain celebrities too. You can look at their birth, you can look at their natal chart, figure out what house you are in with them, and then you can see why you can have why you have like a sorry, y'all hear all that. Why you hear like why you feel like you're resonating with them. It's because whatever house you are laying underneath, that's just what they're trying to guide you to speak to you about. But yeah, it's interesting how what you can learn about the conscious mind and being in worlds of you, being in different places all at once. And if you want change, it literally starts with you because how you start is how you finish, and how you treat people is going to reflect back to you, and how you treat yourself. It's going to project it back to you. So sometimes it's hard to control our thoughts about ourselves because we're so, what is it? We're so anxious about the future. We're so nervous about the future. We're so nervous about who are we becoming. It's about letting go. It's about just becoming. Just be who you're meant to be. And regardless of the outcome of that life, just know you can always expand and create. Don't ever limit yourself. Limitation is what blocks us from becoming our full self. You know, we have to upgrade the mind before we can upgrade the body, or before we can upgrade the avatar. It's like a video game. You have to like unlock certain levels to get into levels of levels, like certain consciousness within you. So it might take 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 3 months, 3 days to just to even process half of the information that they experience within the life of them. It's how you accept yourself what makes life. How are you going to accept yourself tomorrow? How are you going to accept yourself today? What are some things that you don't like about yourself? I like that part of you. I like the part of you that you don't like, that I might consider good. God said it was good. I have to say that out there. God said it was good. It might be bad to you, but it might be good to me. It might be what makes you strong, what makes you think you weak. I don't think you're weak. I don't I don't never attract weak people in my opinion. I don't attract weak people. You know what you know. You feel what you feel. You are what you are. Not what people tell you who you are. I'm not gonna tell you who you are, but I might have clues about who you are and where you're going to become. But are you going to accept who and what you are about to become once you discover the answers within? I can only guide you there. I can only let you see what it is that you are becoming, and I can help you identify what it is you're becoming. You're the programmer. I'm just a system looking at your program, observing your program. But then again, I can also be the programmer of your system, helping you build your system, helping you build your program, helping you understand your AI. I don't know why I like all this AI shit. I just get it. I get both. I get all worlds. It's weird. I'm a nerd. But okay. But yeah. Just learn to accept you for you. But if you liked today's video, make sure you give it a good old like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do have a Cash App. You want to send me some donations? Cash App and my phone number is linked below. I am single, if anybody's wondering. My Cash App is thefollowerlavender. So feel free if you want to hit me up, say what's up, comment. I much appreciate it. And thank you all for joining on and showing the love. I'll see you next time.